everybody. Here's my official review of Vector Invaders arcade he's got here on Main Street, Maclean, Illinois. It's a very small town, about 15 minutes south of Bloomington, Illinois. As you can see, I'm just sitting here in a storefront in a very small town, and basically this is his personal collection that he's got, kind of a museum, and his name is John Yates. He's a great guy. I met him yesterday, and super cool. This is my second day down here, and I am in this arcade all by myself. So let's take a look and see what we got. Basically, he has got this arcade right here in the middle of nowhere, and it's really, really cool. As you can see, it's just chock full of games, our old classic arcades and pins. And let me give you a quick rundown of what we got. We got a Jungle Hunt cocktail. Up front here, a Super Hang-On. I've never seen one of these, a Trivial Pursuit. Pretty cool. I'm guessing rare. It's made by Sente. You guys may have seen this. I never have. It's got a nice little lounge area, and it's got this really cool brick finish with all these cool lights in here and awesome deco, tons of neon. Over here, he's got a DK3 cocktail and a Rocky Bullwinkle pin up front. So let's start in the middle here. We got a really cool Bubbles Duramold. I've got one of these, but it didn't turn out to work so well. Mine was pretty beat, so I converted mine to a multi-Williams in my Duramold. But this is a really nice Bubbles. Plays great. He's got a ton of cabarets in here. Here's a Centipede Cabaret. And I'm going to try and go through all these games one by one, folks, so you can actually see what's in here. He's got a Bally Sente mini golf, and this camera might kind of suck because this is going to be hard to see, but he's got a really nice Bally Sente mini golf. You don't see many of the Bally Sente stuff. I know some of you guys are nuts about it, but he's got a really cool Versus Super Mario. He's got a Battle Zone that looks like it's on the fritz a little bit, having some vector issues, but it's pretty cool. I've got a Cabaret version. Of course, the Lunar Lander, which is rare. I just sold one, and I kind of regret it. He's got a Star Wars with an Empire kit in it, and it's not working at the moment, but... and then we've got an Asteroids, your standard Asteroids. It's a pretty nice Asteroids. Got some rare stuff here. He's got an Atari Stunt Cycle black and white. You don't see a ton of these either, but it's good. I played it. It's awesome. And he's got Atari Super Breakout, which is actually pretty good shape for its age. This is an older game, obviously, but very, very cool. He's got a really nice working Q*bert. And a really cool Crazy Climber. I was saying earlier, I really suck at this game. I tried to play it some more. I've always sucked at it, and I'll continue to suck. But I just like this cabinet. Check out the Tato logo underneath there. It's really neat. And the side art. So that really cool Tato cab with the orange, and it's all original. All these games are original. There's no hacks, which is really cool to see. This is one of my favorites in here. It's a Circus Charlie. I don't recall seeing one of these since the 80s. It's a Konami Centuri cab, and it's true with all the side art. I played this. I have the high score on it right now, which probably sucks, but 20,000. And I beat whoever's high score was on there before, but I had tons of fun playing that. He's got some pins here on one side. He's got a Shadow. He's got a Whitewater. And then he's got a Alvin G Mystery Castle, which is really neat. It's a DMD pin. I've never played this pin. I played it. I probably played 4 or 5 games. It's actually really nice, and it's fun to play. It's really dark, so I'm thinking there's some GI lighting issues or something with it, but when the game starts, it lights up good. Neat game. If you ever get a chance to play one, it's pretty fun. It's like a scavenger hunt type game, but I'll give you a shot of the cabinet. There's the pins. Slide over here to the corner. He's got an original DK. It's pretty nice shape. Cruis'n Exotica, that's not on right now. He's got a really cool pair here. It's a Frenzy and a Berserk. Very cool Stern games, and many of you know these cabinets are kind of hard to come by. Very neat. It's got the original Frenzy side art on it, and this game's pretty fun to play. I think my high score is somewhere in the 4th or 5th best. It's pretty tough. It's really cool. Love that neon. Then here he's got the Berserk, and he's got the original bat stick on it. So if any of you guys have never played the bat stick, There's always a question of whether or not it makes the game harder, easier, or whatever. I find it much heavier than the original, and it travels different. So definitely a different playing game as far as if you have a Wicco or something on there. But this is really nice, and I enjoyed playing that one quite a bit. We'll go back here in this back room. Now he's got this back room. It's just chock full of stuff. As you can see, some really cool lighting, like 70s lighting. But this place is just packed, and it's packed with tons of cabarets too. So here's a space app. I've always wanted one of these. I played quite a few games. I got the high score on this too, but I think it resets. But the space app is really neat. He's got a Pack Plus cabaret, which is in pretty good shape. He's got a stun runner, and I played like for 10 minutes on this thing and didn't even break the high scoreboard. Someone really good at this stun runner. Monitor's really nice. The Dig Dug cabaret, no side art. I know some of you guys are wanting that side art for these cabarets, but it's not on there. It's got a nice Tato trim line, Space Invaders. In the back corner is a Kicks, and he's got a Bagman, which this game is really, really flipping hard. I suck at Bagman. Tutankhamun, again, another game that I'm no good at, but I had fun playing this. Frontlines is on, but it's not working at the moment. Crystal Castles, which I regret selling mine. This thing is really nice, and if you guys have never played Crystal Castles, try it. It's a lot of fun. Really cool Atari. Junior Pack in the corner that's having a few issues, but the side art's all there. It's all true. He's got a Sprint 2, which I did play this. It's a good time. You don't see a ton of Sprint 2s, and so that's always neat to see you running. Peter Packrat. I love these System 1 games. This is a great example of this. I noticed it's got a gas pedal on. I can't remember if that's supposed to be there or not, but so I'm guessing it was a converted something. Maybe a race drive. I don't know if race driving was on that cab or not, but there's a Joust is not working. The Robotron, I played that. The joysticks are solid on that. I broke the top 3 or 4. Stargate, a neat time pilot. You know, it's kind of a game a lot of guys don't seek, but it's got this front kick plate art on it. It's really neat. And then the Vanguard, which I played a ton on the 2600. Big fan. I'll swing over here. He's got a Bally Sente Stalker in the back, and I did play that. I haven't played one of those, probably in 25 years. So that was fun to play, and it works great. Then in the back corner, he's got these little cabarets stashed in this back corner. It's kind of dark, but this is a Super Pack, and good shape. It's got a really nice Super Pack, and it's got the control panel on. It's dedicated. Here, I'll go back in this corner. These are the ones that were hidden. You can hardly see them from where I'm standing. But he's got a Wizard of War cabaret, and this plays great. I played some games on this. And then he's got the Satan's Hollow cabaret, which someone's really good at this in this arcade. I've been putting up some good scores, and I'm still trying to break the top 10. There's one guy, he's got all the high scores on this thing, but really nice version of this. I'll be playing some more here in a little bit. Super Zaxxon. This game is harder than shit. He's actually, look at the sticker on here. He says, this is very hard game, 3 plays for 25 cents. So it looks like not getting a ton of quarters in there, but there's someone getting some love. I played 3 games on it. It didn't take me long. Here's a prototype Defender with the proto artwork on it. I've never seen one in person. I've seen it on the flyer and, on a few pictures on cloth, but it's pretty nice and it's true. John said he sold it before he knew what it was, and then ended up tracking it down in Nevada, got it back to Illinois. But really nice example of this. So very cool. You don't see that too much. Back here in the corner, he's got a game that I guarantee you don't see very much. I don't know that I've ever seen this thing in this form. It's an Irritating Maze, and I can't remember if this came as a kit too, but it's got the giant 6-inch trackball on it. But the cool thing about this game is it's got an air compressor in it, and when you're rolling the ball and you touch the sides, the air compressor blows air on you. It scares the shit out of you. It's really, really cool. Anyway, if you get a chance to play this thing, awesome. Then he's got 3 pins. He's got a Black Knight 2000. He's got a Roadshow, Red and Ted's Roadshow, and then an Addams Family. All 3 play really well, and I've been having fun playing these as well. Jambo Safari there in the corner. Mortal Kombat 2, and then he's got a Simpsons. So we're back out in the main room now. Back to the pole position cockpit, which plays awesome. I haven't played one of these in the cockpit version for so long, but it's got the topper on it, which is really cool. But very nice condition pole position cockpit, and that was fun to play. He's got a Spy Hunter. It's very, very nice shape. One side has some flaking art and vinyl on the side, but other than that, it's a really, really nice Spy Hunter. So you can see it's in good shape. The sound is out. There's some missing sounds on it right now, so those boards are kind of finicky. It might be the ribbon cables, but very, very nice machine. It's got a couple row changers in here, which are very cool, and still want one of these for my arcade, so I haven't sourced one. Let's see, we got a Omega Race cockpit. I just sold mine. Mine was converted. This is a really nice looking cockpit of the Omega Race. It's not working at the moment. I think he said there's something wrong with it, but very, very neat. Here's one that is one of my grails, is a video pinball. Not the most popular thing in the world for whatever reason, but just really neat. You can see the black light in there is kind of cool. I've got a blacklit arcade, so I've always imagined that this would look great in my arcade, but I do like the game. I remember playing it, and it's pretty fun. I actually matched on my first game, so I got a freebie out of that one. Sorry, John. Here's the Star Wars cockpit, obviously, really pretty. The 25-inch amp is in there. Needs a little focus work. It's a little shady on there, but I imagine when you run an arcade, these things happen. You got a lot of games that have problems, but most of these things are working in here, which is phenomenal. It's got a donation sheet, help the museum survive. I've been helping by shoving quarters in all these machines, so I like to think that I'm a huge contributor. Here's a love tester, really neat, just very cool 30s looking love tester with the different colored bulbs. I'm probably burning, wild, passionate. I might even be hot stuff. I don't know. I didn't try it out yet. Here's a fire truck. I've been coining this thing up, but it won't play. I'm thinking it's got a switch issue in the coin box, but beautiful example. And it's obviously I can't get it out of a track mode, but you won't find these on every corner, and in this condition especially, just really, really nice. If you look at the control panel, it's beautiful in this thing, and screen looks good. Old black and white Atari, very, very cool with the Ally coin door. Then I'll pan back out here. Sorry, I'm walking kind of fast right now. Here's a midway row. So he's got a Tron, Tapper, Miss Pac, Galaga, Pack, and a Burger Time. All of these are working. They play great. I've been playing several of them. He's got my Tron and my Tapper at home are next to each other, just like his. I've noticed this in a couple different arcades that people put those two next to each other. I always find that ironic. But the Tapper's in great shape, so I was impressed. And then he's got some cool neon. Then he's got this little guy up front. It's a Target Alpha. I love this pin. Probably one of my favorite EM pins, if not my favorite. I think it needs maybe balance a little bit better because it plays a little slow, but I'm telling you what, beautiful game, and the playfield on this thing is just awesome. If I had to pick a playfield, I'd probably pick one of these, a playfield. In EM, I'd probably pick one of these. Sorry, there's people walking outside this main street, and they're staring at me like I'm some kind of weirdo. Probably because, I am. This hobby kind of makes us all look strange sometimes, but other than that, this is the arcade, and it's just really, really cool. I cannot believe there's not people in here. There's one couple that came in and played some games, but other than that, I've been solo in this place for about 2 hours, and I've got a couple hours to go. I'm doing some business real close, so I had a chance to spend some time down here last night, and I came back down. John opened it back up for me, so I think he just opened on the weekends or if you call him, and his name is Vector Invader on Clove, and he is a very gracious man, and he's got this little gem sitting out in the middle on Route 66, and you won't find many places like this in our great land. There's no beer here. There's nothing but games. So if you ever want to check it out, head to Maclean, Illinois. You will not be disappointed. Kudos.